Hey, what's up, guys? You already know who it is, though I say it every time. It's Ian. Not even Mr. Ian 15. Call me Ian. I don't really care. I've probably explained it before, but whatever. Anyway, this gameplay is absolute destruction of the other team. For the montage, I don't know. I don't know if I want to call it a montage here. The thing I've been working on involving editing and clips from a video game, I think that's known as montage. But I've been working on that, and I've been playing just about every single game mode with the exception of any hardcore game modes, and haven't played a lot of Search and Destroy. But I've been trying to get a mix of Domination, Headquarters, Team Deathmatch, and Free-for-all. About as good as one is, like, as good of a mix as I can possibly produce. Just, you know, make it different, I guess would be the word to say. But while playing Team Deathmatch, I did have host. I wasn't aware I had host until about midway through this game, I think. Because normally, like, if I ever land host, like 90% of the time I'll snipe, just because it makes sniping, you know, a lot easier. And I've been having a lot of problems with landing host because whenever I get it, everyone drops to one bar within, like, I don't know, within 30 seconds, and it like ends the game for me and then kicks me out of the lobby. I don't know, my internet connection, I'm not going to say is horrible, but it is definitely spotty, to say the least. So I've been having problems getting host, but I did manage to pull host this game, and me plus host plus AK-47 plus playing against people that are really, really bad equals what this gameplay is. And also, once I realized like how well I'm doing, like once I hit like a 15 kill streak or something like that, I started playing a little bit more conservatively. Not that I'm like running around now, but I say that as I'm running around. But anyway, it doesn't even matter. Quick update. Last commentary I made, I did ask you guys, or I talked about senior pranks and asked you guys for ideas. And some of them are, you know, pretty crazy. Some of them like can't really do. But then like a common theme for most of them was like planting something at your school, like planting a tree, planting plants, like plant weeds that are like extremely hard to get rid of, that sort of thing. And yes, I know I was shooting at nothing. It's called pre-fire. It did not work for me in that situation, but I'm just explaining why I'm shooting at absolutely nothing. But anyway, a lot of you guys, you know, talking about I should plant something. And that was actually an idea that a classmate of mine had. Her suggestion was plant the dogwood plant, because dogwood is our North Carolina state tree and technically our state flower, although it's kind of confusing. But anyway, if you plant that, it is against the law to cut it down. So her theory was if you plant that at school, and you could plant like 2012, like class of 2012 seniors, and I think it was a British person maybe that called it leavers instead of seniors, like they're leaving the school, that sort of thing. I don't know if he was British or not, but it makes perfect sense, but I thought that was cool. But anyway, yeah, that was the idea, to plant something that could not be getting rid of, so it'd basically be there until it died. So that would be a good prank. And honestly, probably the best idea I got was to take apart like a teacher's or a principal's car and reassemble it on the roof. However, that is insanely hard to do. I have no idea how I could even begin to try and do that, let alone be capable of doing that with however many other people in my senior class. I go to school with a bunch of idiots. Like, I don't know if you can tell like how dumb I am, just, you know, by listening to me through my commentaries. But believe it or not, I'm actually one of the smartest kids in my school. It's pretty pathetic in my opinion. But, you know, whatever. Public school education for the win. God, let's see. What should I talk about? I should have this planned. Hey, all right. I just felt like yelling at you guys, possibly to scare the living crap out of you. Possibly you're not even listening to me. All right. Trying to think of what to talk about, and the only thing I could really come up with was college. Because, again, senior this year, as I'm sure, I don't know, like 20% of you guys are. So, you know, again, college is the same as university for some countries. It's the step after your basic education, where you actually have to pay for it, well, unless you go to private school. But anyway, applying to college and all that, I knew that the deadlines to turn in applications, a good number of them for early admissions were October 15th, which for me, as I'm doing this now, is tomorrow. But the deadline was the 15th, and that was for the admissions. So my understanding was If you go to the online registration, you fill out the application, you submit it, that is due by the 15th, and then your transcript, which is like your grades, like your class rank, your grades, your absences, like your attendance, like your basically like your record from like elementary school to or throughout high school, to send to the college. And then you also send them your SAT or ACT scores, and then it is from there that they decide to, like, you know, should we let this kid into college, whatever. But my understanding was the online application themselves was due the 15th, and the transcript along with the SAT scores was not due till a later time period. So come my first block class this morning, it was around like 8 o'clock. By the way, nice triple knitted, thank you. I discover, like my friend had told me, because I was talking about the schools I was applying to, and she had said that, everything is due the 15th. She said not only are the transcripts due, but also your SAT scores, your ACT scores, and the applications themselves. So the two colleges I've already applied to that I had to finish by tomorrow, the 15th, it turns out that I had to also get my transcript and SAT scores to them. Now the SAT scores is easy because you do it through collegeboard.com, and they will send 4 of them for free, like for you. So you just have to go on there and, you know, like press a couple buttons, and then you got it done. However, the transcript portion is what my high school has to do it for me. I have to go to my guidance counselor, and, you know, talk to her or whatever, and then I have to get a like for each college you have to get a letter with like 2 postage stamp things, and fill the entire god dang. You have to fill the entire envelope out, and then you have to put that in the box, and they will collect them and they will mail them for you. And the transaction takes like within 10 business days, so Monday through Friday, within like 10 of those days. So I come to find out that that is due basically to, like, by the end of the day, specifically because school is not open on Saturday, which is when the applications were due. So I literally spent the entire day at school today just trying to find 2 business envelopes. I had to ask multiple people for postage stamps, and then I also had to waste time in class when I should have been learning and getting my education, just trying to figure out the addresses to the college. Like only only was able to apply to 2 colleges specifically because they shut them down. Now I will still be able to apply, but not early admissions, which means it'll be like 5 times harder for me to get into the other 2 schools. But anyway, long story short, I almost completely screwed up my entire life, in a sense. It would have been hilarious, actually, if I didn't get them in, and both colleges denied me access because I did not get the required stuff in on time. However, I managed to pull it off, so if I'm going to one of those 2 schools, I will gladly let you know and share my excitement with you, if it's the main one I'm trying to go to. I don't really, you know, school's not, I've never been a fan of school, as I'm sure most of my subscribers love school like no other, but I do not participate in the loving of the school. I find it very annoying and boring, and I'm not going to say stupid or pointless, because there's definitely a point. It is definitely not stupid, but there is a lot of unnecessary material in school, I will say. But that's just my personal take on it. It's 700 to 250. I've finished completely wrecking. Of course, towards the end, I find a sniper rifle. I have to pick it up. It has a regular scope, which means I pretty much suck with it. You know, I'm not the worst in the world, but there are plenty better, and it does mean that I camp and I do hard scope. I'm not objected to it. There's no way in hell that I will ever be able to quick scope on this game with the regular scope. And now it's 740. I really want to get the last kill. Like right now I'm digging around like, yeah, we won, but then I realized my teammates haven't done jack this entire game. I've pretty much won it for us. So I have to go out and get a final kill too, but that's the end. I hope this wasn't a boring commentary. It kind of feels like it was. Please be excited for me. Just lie to me something. Like, I just went 40-2. Give me some credit. I don't know. Work your magic fingers.